What's up everybody, and welcome to the channel. In today's video we're going to take a look at the new Ford Mustang Mach-E GT. This one is finished off in space white metallic and original MSRP is about $63,000. Big shout out and thank you to Carolina Auto Direct for providing this electric car for today's video. Take a look at their website linked down below. Powering the Ford Mustang Mach-E, you're going to find a 91 kilowatt hour battery. Being fully electric, this is actually a trunk storage space all up in front since there's of course no gas engine, and we have that charge port on the far side. It pumps out 480 horsepower with 600 pound-feet of torque, sending the power to all four wheels. It features a dual motor system, can do 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds, topping out around 130 miles per hour, and it has a range around 270 miles. The overall length is 186.7 inches with a wheelbase at 117.5. Width is 74.1 and height is 63.5 inches. Overall curb weight is also around 4,900 pounds. And then now moving on to the Ford Mustang Mach-E GT. This is the most performance-focused electric version of this car. You get a really nice set of LED headlights. You can see the light up above that with some cool chrome designs and daytime running lights all throughout. We get a massive grille. It's actually solid. You get your pony logo right in the center, finished off in black, but you can see kind of a shadow image of grille mesh within that piece. You can also see some gloss black trim in the lower portion of the front bumper with an area to allow air to enter and pass through. We get a nice gloss black chin spoiler down below with some parking sensors integrated, and then an active area down below to allow cooling or efficiency when needed. I think the front end really comes together, and you can see that traditional Mustang design from the classic muscle cars in here. We also get a forward-facing camera up in front, and then really smooth lines across this hood. Has a nice aggressive design, really cool way everything comes together. Then if we make our way to the side profile, you get a really nice set of 20-inch wheels, finished in a two-tone machine silver and gloss black. We also get a huge set of red brake calipers. You have a body colored fender flare on the side, and this paint color is really nice. It's more of a flat white design. I think it really complements the overall shapes. You can see gloss black mirror caps with an integrated turn signal along with a side view camera, and then all gloss black trim surrounding the windows. It also has a gloss black roof, which is actually glass, so it all blends really seamlessly. And I love how the roof line actually is taller than the white color to give it that fastback design. You're going to see a lot of smooth body lines throughout the side profile and then gloss black around the side skirt. We also get a Mach-E 4X badge on the side of the door, and then the overall side profile has a fantastic look. I think Ford really did a great job just designing this to have an elegant yet muscle car appearance. And then moving in back, you can see how that sloping roof line fades its way towards the rear glass. We get a nice ducktail spoiler design of this liftgate as well, and I love the taillights. They look like a traditional Mustang with the 3 bars, of course all LED. We get your GT badge in the center, along with your rear view camera up above that, and some really nice contours all throughout this rear bumper. There's more gloss black trim in the lower side with more parking sensors. You get your reflectors as well, and I think overall the Mustang Mach-E GT really stands out. It's a fantastic looking EV. And then moving to the key fob, we get your pony logo on the back, all of your typical buttons on the front side, keeping the vehicle locked. We do get the power folding side mirrors. Then opening the door, you just press this button right here, it pops the door a little bit, and you can easily grab it open. Now this interior is the black onyx leather. You're going to see some Alcantara material with copper stitching all throughout it. Moving to the door panel, finished off in black, we get a smooth material up above with all this really nice Alcantara throughout the center, as well as the copper trim. We get your memory seating, lock and unlock, all of your window and mirror controls, your release handle as well, then a pretty good grab handle and some smooth padding. You can see some storage down below, Bang & Olufsen audio with a really cool cover along with some more copper accents. We get the GT badge as well, and then all of your power controls are on the side of the seat. The GT has a really nice set of seats. You can see the bolsters on them, a really cool stitching design with all the Alcantara and then the copper accents, and then more of that fading its way all the way up the backrest. We had a nice set of headrests as well. Of course, you can see that massive glass roof. And then we get a 3-spoke steering wheel with copper stitching. And then now inside the Mach-E GT, keep my foot on the brake. We can just press the button. Both of your screens and everything are gonna turn on. Taking a look at the center now, I really like how you're gonna see all your vitals, like your range and percentage on the left, your speedometer on the right, and then a few more vitals all around it. Taking a look at the steering wheel, you get a blacked out Pony logo, controls on the right side for volume and Bluetooth controls, and then we get all of your cruise control, distance pacing, and things like that on the left side. The right stalk, you're gonna see all of your windshield wiper controls, and then your turn signal stalk to the left. Then down below all that, we have all of our headlight controls along with traction control and interior dimming. And then I like all the material. You get more of the Alcantara, then a cool fabric mesh design, and then a nice synthetic material up along the dash. I also like how behind the screen you can see that double bump, which is kind of traditional to the Mustang muscle car. So pretty neat to see. We also get that Bang & Olufsen logo along with some more contrast along the dash with your air vents. Moving to the center infotainment screen, has a huge design to it, looks super nice. You can of course see that full screen navigation system, and then there's a lot of controls. Tapping this icon up above, we have all sorts of different information up here. We have your phone integration that can pop up as well. Then you can go back to your home, we have Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, a few more items. Going under entertainment, there are games that will pop up on here, which is a pretty neat design aspect. And then underneath that section of the screen, more shortcuts are going to come up all underneath. We have your climate controls down below. You can easily toggle this for your fan speed and temperature. You can even use it like that. Fan speed will pop up in a similar way. Then we have all the different controls, volume right in the center with on off. And then a really cool feature, if you go up and just tap the Mustang logo, you're going to get more things that are going to come up. We have different controls. We can pop the trunk and the rear. You have a few more items. We have your parking assistance, things like that. Valet mode you're able to enter, different driver's assistance, all of our cameras. You can see your front view camera and top down view. They can easily toggle around and see all the different views. Going back here, we have different drive modes. We have the Whisper, Engage, and Unbridled, which are pretty neat names for different modes. The one pedal drive and then our propulsion sound. Going into settings, there's also quite a few different things you're able to adjust. So definitely a nice screen setup, and honestly, it is super easy to use. Underneath all that, we're going to have a lot of storage space with a wireless phone charging pad. You get some plugs down below, 2 cup holders. Then we have our hazard control, and then the parking. You can see the park and brake, your drive select, you just twist the dial. More of this cool leather material and stitching. We even get GT into the leather, more of the stitching. Opening this up, there's more storage down here, and you can even pull this back, and there's even more storage in here. So pretty cool design for everything. Over on the right side, we can open this up, and we have a pretty traditional sized glove box. And then one last look at the interior. Honestly, this is a very nice place to be. Great use of materials, everything looks super cool. And then you can see that massive glass again. And then up above that, we get all of your different dome lights. There's a sunglass holder up in front, and then we get a frameless mirror and garage door openers. And then moving to the rear seat space, you just press this button right here. The door is going to automatically pop open. Then there's a nice rubber pad behind it where you're supposed to grab. You're going to see the same type of door panel back here, even with the same release handle, all the audio system, and all the cool colors. And then in back, this can seat 3 people. We have all the same stitching design, which looks really cool. And then right in the center, if we pull the center seat down, you get a nice armrest along with 2 cup holders. You also do have climate control vents with a few plugs, and then storage behind the rear seats, and a nice material behind the seats. All right, sitting now in the back seat of the Mach-E GT. So I am 5'11". I am impressed with how roomy and comfortable this is. I have like 5 inches of headroom. Armrest is in a great place, and you do have plenty of glass. Even though this has that kind of coupe-like, fastback design on the outside, it is so roomy. They do a great job with that blacked out roof panel to where it looks super sporty, but inside it feels like a normal SUV. So plenty of space. Legroom with the driver's seat at my height is perfect. So really no complaints. This is a pretty roomy car. And then moving on to the cargo area, I can just double tap the button on the key fob. It's gonna automatically pop open for this power liftgate. And as you can see, we have a very squared off interior with quite a lot of storage space. We get a nice all-weather floor mat, and then underneath that, we can even grab the floor, pick it up. We get just a little bit of hidden storage space. And this floorboard is actually removable, so you can really get yourself a little bit more space if needed. And then from back here, you can just press these buttons and get these seats to fold nice and flat out of the way. So with them folded flat, you can see just how much more storage area you're gonna get. You also have a nice privacy cover that is removable from the top. And if I go ahead and press that button, you can automatically close it, and take a look at the cargo space with everything down. So they fold nice and flat, tons of storage in here, and still gives you some nice space up in front. All right, so setting off in the Mach-E, we're in whisper mode. Just getting up to some speed. This thing is pretty darn quick feeling. Whisper mode, super silent. Going into engage mode now, gets a little bit more performance focused. You can hear a little bit more sounds to it and everything. And then going into unbridled, we get some cool like engine sounds, which is pretty neat. You have the one pedal drive. If we turn that off, that's gonna make it to where you can kind of coast if you take your foot off the gas. I like the sounds. You know, I've been in some electric cars where they just sound really dumb when they have their cool sounds. This, it kind of gives you like that V8 sound. As far as some normal driving, if we tone the vehicle down, this is genuinely just a really nice place to be. It feels like a normal crossover. You got a great view out. You can see the contours in the hood. Mirrors all do a great job letting you know what's going on behind you. And then visibility over your left and right shoulder. Really don't have any complaints. That far back C-pillar is a little big, but really nothing bad. It's really composed taking turns too. It just feels so solid and well put together. And especially the GT, this feels like a cool place to be. Seats are comfortable, things you touch feel pretty nice. Like, it's just a nice car. I'm really, really impressed. I drove a premium, I believe, maybe a year ago or so. Oh, this thing is so much cooler feeling. It's a lot cooler feeling in here. The sounds are cool. It's got plenty of power. I wouldn't say it's crazy blow your socks off fast, honestly. From 0 to 30, it's pretty fast. And then it's just kind of normal quick. So it's what you would expect from a very peppy electric car. Certainly gets up to speed very well. But man, nice blend overall. And I think the price, honestly, is pretty fantastic. On the used market, sub 60 grand for something like this. I don't think you can complain. I've been in some $50,000 electric cars and they are not as nice as this and not as normal. I like how Ford kept this feeling like a normal car. It's not weird in here at all. It just feels like a really good car to drive. But super quiet, the ride quality and things like that, you can tell it's just well built. Steers pretty good too. And that all-wheel drive just delivers all that power so nicely with plenty of grip. Steering's nice and tight. I don't think I have any complaints. It is light on its toes. Gosh, you can actually have fun. You can rip around on this and you feel like you're in a Mustang GT, but honestly with more traction. Alright, so turning around to my perspective, let's do acceleration from a standstill in unbridled mode with the propulsion sound. Yeah, she gets up and goes. I think when you do unbridled extend, I feel like that's actually a little slower. But just normal unbridled mode definitely is the quickest mode. It's quick enough. It's definitely very peppy. Again, it doesn't like blow you out of your seat like, you know, a Tesla Model Plaid, which makes 1,000 horsepower, so obviously. But this has plenty of power to be fun and engaging, and is definitely, I would say, the one to get for me. I've been in the normal one, the normal power plant, still plenty quick. So I think Ford did a good job on the whole Mach-E lineup to really just give you something sweet. I like the sounds. It sounds good. It's a nice place to drive. It really is something cool. I don't think I have any genuine complaints. The materials, use of materials, the layout and everything comes together so nice. I like this like fabric material you get on the dash and everything. It's just so nice. And now whisper mode. Right up to speed in silence. They did a great job. Whew, man. I don't think I have any complaints. I can't think of a single thing I don't like about this under at least my somewhat first impressions of driving in the GT. This is so much better than a lot of electric cars. I've been in a lot of electric cars actually, and you know, 50 to 60 grand is a pretty typical price point for something that is EV. And while you may not want to get the GT of the Mach-E, you know, if you get a more normal trim level, you're in the low 50s. I don't think you can get much better than that for the money, quite honestly. I really don't think that. I'm not the biggest Ford fanboy at all. I'm not even a Mustang fanboy, not even close. But if I had to buy an EV crossover, I feel like this is the best value for what you're getting. You just get everything. It's comfortable, roomy. I genuinely can fit in the back seats. There's plenty of storage space, and it's fun to drive. I don't know what else to say. This thing's a really, really good option. I am thoroughly impressed. And the GT, with the way they've done this interior, it looks cool in here. It feels nice. It's so easy to use. It's tech savvy enough to feel modern, up to date, futuristic. You don't really have to like think about what you're doing on the screen. It's really easy to use. You got the information right in the center, which is great. Mustang Mach-E, this is fantastic. So I think that is then it for reviewing this crossover electric vehicle. A big shout out and thank you once again to Carolina Auto Direct for providing this car for today's video. Take a look at their website, link down below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you all in the next video.